Hey, Foxy here with a fearless pop-up hour, and I've got Beck with me. So Beck, is there anything that you would like to mastermind around with being fearless?
Well, we were just discussing, how it takes courage and, that fearless act to reach out when we really need people to talk to, or, just for someone to know what's really being felt in, like, especially hard times. It's a challenge for people to be honest about, like, what they're really feeling. So, that kind of courage and strength and fearlessness that we need to have is something that I always like to encourage people to have. And I'm always touched when people trust me with that kind of stuff. They had the courage to say how they're feeling or what's really happening, that they don't just tell everybody those things because it's a taboo kind of thing to talk about and people don't know what to say and, like, all of that. But it takes courage to be able to let people know where you're really at.
Yeah, yeah, and it takes courage to listen to someone there and to hold a space for them. It's not always a comfortable feeling when someone is expressing that they're having a hard time and sitting in that energy with them. Some people want to go directly to let's bring them up, right? Instead of, giving them the space and the time to talk about why they are down, or what's going on that's causing these feelings, and get to the root of the feeling instead of just trying to encourage them to pretend they're in a better mood to make it more comfortable for you. So I think that is a fearless act as well. It's not always easy to sit in the uncomfortable with someone else. But yes, I agree. Reaching out and using our support group is not always easy, especially when, my fear will tell me, like, oh, they've got enough going on. I don't need to add to it. Or, I don't want to bug them, or I don't want to take them down with me, or, right. There's all these things that our fear will tell us to keep us from reaching out, or to keep us, just sitting in it. Right. So to be able to move past that fear and ask for help is really it definitely is a fearless act. And something that can help you with that is to already have people on your team, knowing that that's something that you will call upon them to do, right? Because then you're not like, oh, well, I don't know if this person wants to act. They've already told you that they will be that person for you. So with that barrier out of the way, that's one thing less that your fear can tell you to keep you from doing it. So,
Yeah, so that's what you call
no, go ahead.
that's what you call the fear buster team.
Yes, your fear busters.
Fear
And
busters.
that particular role would be great for a support buddy, or what I like to call a cheerleader. So somebody who is willing to sit beside you, someone who you can borrow belief from, someone who believes in you and thinks you're great. So that could be a great space for them, but also leaning on your powerful partner in these areas would be good too. Or if the situation is work related, or parent related, or marriage related, right? Like, if it you could even access a voice of experience, like, when you came up against this, what did you do, right? So there's ways we can use each of them. I mean, we could go to our wise counsel as well, but we want a lot of support buddies. So, then we'll have a lot of people we can go to. So we're not always going to the same person and feel like, that person is getting, um, bombarded by our, issues or whatever. And that might be easier to reach out as well. But we are over time, so I will let you go.